My name is Katie Yates, and this is Season 6 of the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife's podcast, Fishing Game Changers. In this season, I'm back in the field with our talented staff to learn more about what they do, why they love it, and what drives them to apply their time and talent to the Maine outdoors. In October of last year, I ventured to a part of our agency that is absolutely critical for interfacing with the public but doesn't get a lot of the spotlight, our licensing division. I sat down to chat with Angie Vo, MDIFW's Moses Supervisor. Moses is the department's online hunting, fishing, and trapping licensing system, and Angie's unique job within our agency is to manage and train Moses agents or third-party retailers who sell our licenses in their stores.
My name is Angie Vo. I have been with the department for about 5 years. My current position is a Moses Supervisor, which is supervising, managing, and overseeing the accounts for about 550 agents throughout the state that sell licenses and registrations on the Moses program, which is the Maine online sportsman's electronic system.
What do you mean by an agent?
Right, good question. So an agent is anybody who has been assigned or has applied to become an agent, or somebody who is authorized to sell licenses and registrations on the Moses program. And we have about 550 Moses agents, and that ranges from mom and pop stores to Walmart, Cabela's, and all the towns, not all the towns, but most of the towns in the state.
So if somebody doesn't want to purchase their license online, they can go to those stores.
Correct.
And talk to somebody in person.
Yep.
And is there a lot of training involved with that?
There is. There's a tremendous amount. We have a few manuals that we've developed and we update every year. And I travel to the agencies a lot to do what we call manual conversions. So if there are agencies throughout the state, there's about 180, I think, left that do everything by hand. So my main task is to get to those agencies and convert them to use the electronic system. As you can imagine, in Maine, there's some pretty remote areas. So some of them don't even have the opportunity or the ability to go electronic. But in the year and a half I've been in the position, I've done about 25 conversions. So that's a pretty good rate. I like the face-to-face interaction because it gives more of a personal feel to the department, which I think is really important. Yeah.
So is that something that you really like about it?
That's probably my favorite part of the job is getting out there. I've been able to go all over the state. Actually, we have a couple of agencies outside of the state as well.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we do. Massachusetts, New Hampshire. I think there's one somewhere else, but they may have closed. But I've gone to myself, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. So
that's cool. So you get to see a lot of the state.
Yeah, which is awesome.
You're not tied to a region like some of our staff. Yeah.
Right.
Unlike many of the interviews I conduct for this podcast, Angie's job is not outdoorsy. She spends most of her time in an office. Her background does not involve a wildlife or fisheries degree or learning to hunt at a young age, like many of the folks you've heard from.
So what kind of got you to this position? It's a really unique position in our department. I don't think anyone really does quite what you do.
No, my job is very unique, I would say. So I wanted to get into the state. I was in the private sector for a long time. I was working retail, jewelry, fast food restaurants, all of that. And I wanted to have a family. And I knew that working for the state would provide me a better work-life balance. And I just applied on a whim to a few different places, got a call back from Fish and Wildlife, and coming into it, I thought, well, at least it's a foot in the door. It's not easy to get into the state, as you probably know, but they hired me, and once I got here, I really fell in love with the department. Yeah.
So it's interesting to me because almost everyone that I talk to for this podcast, when it comes to our staff, they have a background in hunting, fishing, or just outdoor recreation in general. But I don't think that's necessarily true for you.
It's not. My family, I grew up in Maine, so I have, my uncle is just an avid outdoorsman. It's his eat, sleep, breathe hunting. Me specifically, I've not. I've taken the course and I've gone out a couple times, but not something that I really enjoy to do.
That's okay.
I don't like to be cold, so.
Me neither.
Yeah. Despite not having an outdoorsy background, Angie values the opportunity to participate in the many educational workshops the department hosts. in particular the Next Step hunting workshops. These Next Step workshops were designed to help all hunters take their skills to the next level. Classes offered include introduction to firearms, species and skill-specific sessions like butchering venison, and outdoor safety and survival. Angie notes the value of working on these programs because she can connect with staff from all aspects of our agency, giving her a better appreciation for the department and our common goals.
Have you found that working for the department has just increased your connection to Maine's outdoors?
Yes, I would say. I didn't do almost anything really regarding hunting or fishing. Now I pay attention to it. I'm hiking more. I'm outdoors a lot more now.
You've helped with a lot of the sort of quote-unquote next step programs,
right.
Try to get people more interested in hunting, fishing, or outdoor recreation in general.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about some of those, the ways that you've helped with that?
Well, not having that hunting background, I've been more logistics, I guess we'll call it. So just time management, handing out inventory.
You bring donuts,
yes.
Which is much appreciated, in coffee.
Yeah, very important.
It's interesting that since you've been working for the department, you've had some opportunities to do things that are not necessarily within the scope of your job responsibilities.
Yep. I've been able to spend time with biologists in the information and education department and get to know all facets of the department, which for me personally gives me a lot more appreciation for everything that we do. It's so hard, I think, as a small agency to do what we do, but I think that we have some really great people on staff and we're doing a lot with what we have.
In her free time, Angie likes to hang out with her son, Francis, who is the cutest redhead. And since COVID, her little family, including their new puppy, have started to appreciate everything Maine has to offer its residents.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Well, mostly just spend time with my son, of course. Francis, you've met him. Family, friends, we like to get out, walks, things like that. Yeah, camping whenever we can. Yep.
And you have a puppy?
I do have a brand new puppy. Her name is Luna. She's about 13 weeks old now. She's a Great Dane, so she won't be small for long.
Yeah. Stop. That's a lot of dog.
It's a lot of dog. Yeah. Yep. And we have gone on whale watch, which was really fun.
Oh, cool.
We like to just get out and explore the state. One great benefit of COVID, not that there's many, is that with fewer tourists, we're able to, get out to explore Maine. As a resident, we've been able to get out and we have done some hikes and gone on a whale watch.
So doing a sort of staycation stuff.
Basically staycations, yep.
Join me next Monday as I chat with another one of our staff members and explore what it is that makes them a game changer. In the meantime, be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite listening app, and if that happens to be the Apple Podcast app, go ahead and leave us a rating and let us know what you think. To learn more about this series and past episodes, visit mefishwildlife.com/changers.